Ah, Riders of Rohan. They actually do have a couple of Riders of Rohan here, apparently. But I've kind of resigned myself into thinking that I'm probably not going to be able to complete the entirety of the quest, because I need 20 of them. This guy just got back on his horse. Did you see that? What a slick individual. Hello reformers, and welcome back to the last days. Now, as you can see right here, we have a rather wonderful scenario going on. King Theoden once again has built up his army, and I mean, we can't really blame him, because let's face it, most of his vassals are not really that useful. And if you just take a look here, Westfold itself only has 300 units. I think and by we, I mean I think Isengard could probably besiege this pretty quickly and take it without too many problems. I mean, they have 69 Rohan youths and 92 skirmishers. Those are not particularly strong units. I think that in general, the combat strength of Westfold is pretty low, and it is very close to Isengard itself, so it might be a nice idea. Anyway, I have been wandering around, attempting to find scout parties from Rohan, and let me just tell you, it is impossible. Absolutely impossible. Before, like earlier in the game, I'd find, I don't know, at least one, maybe two scout parties easily. But as time has gone on, apparently, in the game, it is not really working very well for me to find basically anything. So we are having some problems going to trying to complete that quest. I don't think we're going to be able to do it. I think it's going to be one of those things that just expires. I don't think we will be able to. There are just so many raiding parties, war parties from Isengard on the map at the moment, and that is making everything much more difficult. And I'm gonna use the word impossible again, because it is literally impossible, because there are none, absolutely none on the map, or at the very least in the places that I've searched. But everywhere I go, there are war parties everywhere. So it is just, it is absolutely awful. Actually, it's pretty awesome for Isengard's like territory management and everything. It's great for them, but for me, attempting to complete this quest, not so much. Anyway, let's see what we can do here against King Theoden. And I've actually just, I think, in general, someone actually did mention in the comments that taking Lords prisoner is actually not even possible without the actual task, as far as I'm aware, which is kind of a shame. I don't know why that would be, but, well, there you have it, you know. It's if that's how it has to be, then that's how it has to be. I don't really mind so much. I just, you know, like to sell them because I like money and resource points and all that sort of thing. I think that could be pretty cool. But, yeah, otherwise, we'll just try and take out as many Riders of Rohan that I can get my hands on. I don't exactly know whether there are any. I think King Theoden actually does have 20 Riders of Rohan, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to get any of them. I mean, for the most part, look at this. I'm able to do a little bit of damage here and there. These are not actually Riders of Rohan, though, which is a problem. I mean, obviously, when we outnumber them so heavily, this is going to happen. You know, the case where many of our units are just going to be super good at what they're doing, and they're not going to need anyone's assistance. I think those are Riders of Rohan over there. That's a King's Guard. I don't particularly need that. I feel like I'm not going to be able to complete the Riders of Rohan quest either, which is a double disappointment. It's a double D right there. It is absolutely awful, but yeah, I don't exactly know what we can do otherwise. I mean, that's my point. I really do not have a great deal of availability when it comes to the riders. And yeah, you know, I might be able to, in the past, you know, find a patrol or find some foragers or something along those lines. But no, it's exactly the same problem as attempting to find those scout parties. It's just not going to happen, I don't think. The Isengard forces are such a swarming, controlling force in that area that it's really very, very difficult. And yeah, I'm not going to be able to find any riders of Rohan. Maybe this one? Is this? Oh, that's a footman. Oh well. Never mind. Never mind. I'm going to get out my big club and hit him. There we go. Nice. And we do have a couple of extras here. I'd like to level up if at all possible, so it might be nice to do that. And we might actually have a couple of riders of Rohan here. Is that a rider of Rohan right there? It might be, or it might be just a squire. I think it might be just a squire, which is not great. Can I... yeah, I'm not seeing any riders of Rohan being eliminated here either, so I'm assuming that I've probably missed all of them, because the many units that we have helping us out here as our allies, they are generally equipped with some very long weapons, and they're obviously going to be extremely good at defeating cavalry. And I think that is exactly what has happened, which is not great. Oh well, let's see what I can do here. Maybe we can knock people off their horse a little bit. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'm gonna see one. Is this one? No, it's a squire. Oh, well, at least I killed him and gained a little bit of extra experience. And maybe we can get a little bit more here as well. I don't really mind dying in a battle like this because we're gonna win anyway, you know. It's not really necessary for me to be too worried about my HP. Not like in an actual life or death battle where we are the only, you know, the only lord on the battlefield. But yeah, it seems like these guys are certainly taking their sweet time to eliminate the enemy. And I'm actually wondering whether the elites actually count towards the quest. I'm pretty sure they don't, but it would be awesome if they did. I don't think they do though, but well, I'm gonna check. Yeah, I don't mind dying here really. But yeah, let's actually just take a quick look. No, still only 4, so I very much need to eliminate that specific unit. I thought that was the case, but I just wanted to make sure, because we eliminated an elite here, an elite rider of Rohan, and we also eliminated a veteran, so obviously, you know, maybe I thought that there might be a bit of leniency on that task, but obviously we are the forces of evil, there's no leniency here. It really is very, very impressive that Isengard is doing as well as it is. I mean, you know, we are technically affecting things, you know, the player is technically affecting things, and that's kind of something that I'm very interested in as well, where AI is involved in a certain in a certain respect. Like, for example, if you look at the various series and streams and things like that that are done of, for example, Civilization 4 or 5 or even 6, and people place the AI against each other. And I always think that's extremely interesting to find out what they actually do and who ends up winning among, you know, 12 randomly selected civilizations or something along those lines. And this is a very similar thing. I think actually someone mentioned in the comments that if the player is not present, or if the player decides not to do anything, then it's kind of a stalemate, so to speak. I mean, yes, you know, there are some factions that will teeter on the edge and they might get eliminated eventually, but for the most part there's not too much in the way of movement in regards to, you know, territory being destroyed and so on and so forth. So that's actually pretty cool. I like that. I like that a lot, because that means that the player has much more of an impact, you know, because otherwise, if the player did not have an impact, what's the point? You know, there's absolutely no point if the game is scripted in such a way as to make it so that there's no control, there's no way of affecting what actually happens. And that's obviously the reason why games are a unique form of media in that respect, because the player can decide exactly where to go, what to do, and that's exactly the reason why a Let's Play or a walkthrough or whatever you're wanting to watch, they're all unique, because everyone doing them is different. And you know, that's exactly the reason why there's you know, such a vast audience for it. But anyway, enough of that, enough of me just going on and on about that stuff. We actually did level up, which is actually kind of nice, because that means that I will be able to get. 5 in riding skill, finally. Let's get a couple of points in polearms here. You never know, maybe I'll use a spear at some point. And let us equip our huge huge warg. It looked like an N there for a second, so let's just swiftly move on, shall we? Anyway, I'm very pleased to actually see a warg on the battlefield now. I think that's really awesome. And, there we go. That's exactly what I wanted to have happen here. That's fantastic. Good job, Ugluk. You have a very fun name. Yes, I like saying his name, Ugluk. It's just just a classic, isn't it? It's a classic name for an Uruk or an Orc or something like that. Okay, so let's see where where is he? There's Ugluk. Okay, I'm gonna speak to him and see if I can get my companion back, because it's been a while. I should like Golem returned to me, master, if you no longer require his services. There we go. 30 rank points for that. 12 influence. Always useful, of course. Do you have any other tasks? Yeah, he does have something. My spies tell me the enemy is up to something in Eastfold. Our cowardly scouts have so far failed to get close enough and tell us anything of import. Recruit your own scouting party. I do not like this, but I'm going to try it. Literally just because. And where? Oh, Eastfold is all the way over there. I forgot that it was so far away. This is probably not the best idea. But let's have a look here. What do I need? I need to have at least one being a large Uruk, and then talk to the large Uruk to dispatch the party. Obtain 7 soldiers. Okay. Well, that's easy. I do have enough of those, and we have a large Uruk right here, so should be pretty easy, right? Yes, maybe, no? Well, we'll see. We'll see. A large Uruk of Isengard. Do I need this? I need the specific unit, don't I? That's kind of a shame, actually. I thought that maybe I'd be able to just speak to any large Uruk, but yes, it's a little bit more specific than that. However, the cool thing about coming here is coming across a band of foragers from Rohan attacking a couple of Moria raiders. And we're going to rush to the aid of the Moria raiders here. Now, bear in mind, these guys might actually do a lot of damage to us, because they do not only have Rohan units in their possession or under their command, because they actually have a band of Pineth. Yes, I think I'm probably getting that name wrong, but I think it's something like Pineth or something along those lines. And they seem pretty powerful. They were running away from us previously as we were approaching Eastfold. But yeah, that kind of thing can go pretty badly if you allow it. So we're gonna see what we can do about placing my infantry around here. Don't shoot my warg, please. I would very much appreciate it. Thank you. I actually forgot that I was on a mount there for a second, because I haven't been on a mount in such a long... Well, actually for the entirety of this series so far, we haven't been on a mount. So this is going to be quite a novel idea. Let's see if our archers can do something here. I'm going to tell them to stand a little bit closer, get our infantry to the front here. I'm hoping that the enemy does not decide to charge us right away, because I think we might actually... We might beat them a little bit. We might beat them in ranged combat. I know, it sounds ludicrous, because, Uruks and goblins and all that sort of thing, they're not particularly good at ranged combat, but we seem not bad so far, not bad. So let's see if I can actually do so. Yes, let's distract them. Let's distract them as much as possible. Yes, this is what we like. Okay, let's tell everyone to charge in now, because we are distracting them sufficiently, and hopefully that will result in a couple of extra kills for us. And I'm going to try and just focus. Whoa, their maneuverability is fantastic. Warg's maneuverability is amazing. That is really quite nice. And maybe I can take out a couple of these bowmen here. Yeah, Pineth, by the looks of things. Riders of Rohan. They actually do have a couple of Riders of Rohan here, apparently. But I've kind of resigned myself into thinking that I'm probably not going to be able to complete the entirety of the quest, because I need 20 of them. This guy just got back on his horse. Did you see that? What a slick individual. Wow. I was I was thinking to myself, no, he's not going to get on that horse. No, he did. He actually did. Quite amazing. There's a rider of Rohan. Okay, so we killed another one. That's not particularly good, is it? I need another 15 of them. Yeah, don't exactly know how that's going to go, but I'm very impressed with our warg. I think it's actually very nice to have such a highly maneuverable mount after being on foot for so long. And there we have it. Okay, so we did take out a whole bunch there. And we gained 18 rank points and 6 influence with Moria. That's actually pretty good. That is pretty good. Alright, so otherwise I am not going to be taking anyone. There's not really much point in that. And I am going to be taking the good quality metal scraps though, of course. I'm actually full up now, so we are probably going to be heading over there and selling. But what we do need to do first is speak to Gorm and give him this sword and give him this armor, because he's currently wearing some not so good armor. I don't exactly know whether he has any traits that he can use with light armor, because apparently there is a couple of traits that will benefit from having light armor on, but I'm going to give him this anyway just to make sure that he doesn't die as often. Alright, so I've actually just been informed that Bolzog's extremely grievous leg wound has healed itself, and so he has gained back all of his stats that he lost. In other words, you know, agility and athletics and all that sort of thing. And we have also tracked down some scouts from Rohan as well, but unfortunately they are currently embroiled in a battle alongside some patrolmen, and that is obviously not great. There is actually a patrol following me as well, so they're all helping each other. Isn't that wonderful? If only that other patrol did not chase me. I don't know whether we're going to be able to do this. I have not had enough time to kind of restore my HP, as you can quite clearly see, so we might be in a bit of trouble here, because I am technically helping an Isengard prisoner train, and the prisoner train is, well, kind of defenseless. Not really well defended in the least, so this is going to be kind of interesting. I don't know whether we oh no, that was very close. Wow, I was a bit frightened there for a second. I thought to myself, this might be the end. Yes, that scout, not scout, that lancer definitely almost had my number right there, I think. But I think oh wow. Okay, you know what? We're gonna get out of here, actually. We're gonna get out of here. Yeah, I know we're gonna lose a little bit of renown, but we just literally lost 16 just for literally doing nothing, and we're gonna disengage here, and I'm gonna go this way, and the scouts are running away from... What? Okay, that's kind of amazing. Thank you very much for doing that. I have no idea what happened there, but it seems like they all dispersed. I have no idea. But that's great. That means that we now have 5 scouting parties eliminated for Saruman, and hopefully we will be able to get the remaining 3 relatively soon. There is obviously a huge amount of action going on in Westfold at the moment, as of course we do have the siege going on. And as far as I'm aware, every single vassal that Isengard has is there, and they are participating. Now bear in mind, look what we have in our army. We have some large Uruks of Isengard. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, I had to go all the way back to a barracks and try and recruit a couple of newborns and regular Uruks, and thankfully a couple of them have already leveled up by the looks of things, so that's pretty cool. And otherwise, we still have these prisoners, because I actually did manage to sell a couple of our metal scraps here. I actually do need some human flesh, so it might make sense for us to go in there. And why am I all the way over here? Why am I so far away? Is it because I have a mount now, and we have to spawn that far away? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Anyway, let's see if I can maybe just kill a couple of people. Yeah, I have to kill them, actually, rather than knock them unconscious, of course. So let's just take them out. There we go. Yes, thankfully they're not wearing helmets. That makes things very easy indeed. And there we go. I think that will be enough. Very nice. Okay, so our inventory is almost full with human flesh, but that's okay. That's okay. That's not too bad. Alright, so let's have a look here. We have killed 6 Rohan riders. Okay. And obviously we still need to do this, rescuing the prisoners. That's not going to be done. I think that's very difficult for us. Still have not killed any more tribal orcs. And we have killed 5 out of 8 scout parties. So let's see if we're able to head back to Eastfold and whether we can actually dispatch that scouting party. I think it would be pretty awesome if we could do that. And, oh yeah, I should also mention the only reason why I was able to find that scout party is because there was actually a message in the text log saying, your scouts have determined that there's an enemy scouting party here, and so that's where I went. Alright, so we are now surrounded, well, not surrounding, but we're very close by to Eastfold, and we're going to be speaking to the, yeah, there we go, the large Uruk, and we're going to say, yes, you've got your orders, goodbye. Okay, there you go. So we lost, I think, 7 units right there, which is kind of harsh, I'd say. I think it's kind of a bit harsh, but hopefully they didn't take anyone too amazing. Bear in mind that these Moria units are going to be placed in Moria's actual garrison, because we want to make sure that they do not get eliminated too easily. But we have now completed that quest, and I will now be able to head back to Isengard territory. I'd like to maybe participate in the siege over there, so let's see if we can still participate in that. Obviously, I just wanted to make sure that we completed what we were doing there. There is a vassal here. Personally, I don't think it's really worth my time actually attacking vassals at the moment, because if we can't take them prisoner, it's not really going to do too much. I mean, obviously it's going to, you know, send them back to their home base, and they're going to have to build up their forces and so on and so forth, but in general, I don't think it's going to do too much. Anyway, let's have a look at Westfold here. I'm at 100%. It is... oh, it's not under siege anymore. Well, that's unfortunate. I actually really hoped that they were still doing it. Never mind. Oh well, that's it for this episode. We're going to be heading back to the various people that we need to speak to, and I'm going to try and still find some scout parties off screen. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.